Hello there, Atheist Junior here, your friend and humble narrator, and happy Halloween, everybody. We're going to be doing a interesting live stream today, and I have my my ever-present co-host Ayden with me. How are you doing, Ayden, on this fantastic All Hallows Eve on a Thursday?
Hey everybody, miasmic presence seeking to drag AJ's channel down by making his content unwatchable. How's it going, everybody?
Oh wow, Grayson is our first guest. Hi, Grayson.
Sweet. Hey Grayson, how's it going? Hoping to be the acid that wears away at the base of this channel's support just a little bit further this live stream, LMAO. No, I'm doing pretty good. I'm enjoying today. It's been a good day. Got to hang out with my friends earlier today over at Missing Mods, so that was fun. And now I get to hang out with my good buddy AJ. So what could be complained about on this fine St. Hallows Eve?
Well, Grayson, you're welcome to join us. I don't think Ayden would protest that, but I can send you the link if you want. I'm sure he's busy, though. Grayson is a busy man. But let's not waste any time. We're going to be looking at an insane video, courtesy of Mr. Leclade Bowes. It's two college douche bros who are Catholics, and they're ranking the world religions in a tier list. And they say some really insane, unhinged things. So you ready, Ayden? I'm ready.
I am certainly ready.
All right, let's go.
Sort of a podcast. I don't really like using that word, but you know, that video gassed pretty hard, and a lot of people say we should make it a regular thing. So, well, here I am. So today we're going to be talking about a religion tier list. We're going to be going over all religions that aren't Christianity and just kind of
pause
them, just some kind of funny, memey kind.
You know what? Maybe this guy over here on the right is talking, and he's like the guy that we should be paying attention on. But I'm not looking at that guy at all. I'm looking at the guy on the left, and his eyes screaming at the camera that he's been held hostage in this basement for 72 hours straight. And please, somebody in law enforcement, please come and find me. I need to get out of this situation. Please, anybody. He just got the 1,000-yard stare. Like he's fresh from the trenches of Verdun and about to recount the horrible things he had to experience. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's like Jack Nicholson at the end of The Shining. But yeah, we got Grayson is going to hop on the panel with us, Ayden.
Ah, sweet. That's awesome.
Yes. All right, let's do this.
Content. Like I said in the comments down below, if you have any topics you want us to cover, feel free to comment them. If you promise to give us $1,000 significantly after we've made the video, we'll say anything you want about whatever topic with just no regard for anyone whatsoever. Of course. So, yeah, it's something that we 100% do. Anyway, so religion tier list. So if in case you're wondering, we're going to be ranking them A, B, C, D. A is the best, D is the worst. S is for like the ultimate. It's above A.
So, I mean, obviously, S class would be Christianity, particularly Baptist.
Well, yeah, obviously. But yeah, we're S tier, of course. Of course. I mean, if we were wrong about a religion, we'd change.
Exactly.
But no, there's no fun in that, right? So we're going to be just discussing.
Well, first off, thank you, Wayne, for the $1.99 super chat. It says, thank you for giving us your time on this Halloween. Well, you're welcome. I'm more than happy to.
Hope that you enjoy the content. And yeah, like AJ said, thank you very much for the donation. I'll tell you what, these guys said that it was $1,000 to change our views. It's only $1 for me. So you've paid for me, and you're only 1 cent away from paying for AJ. So Wayne, your next comment, make sure to express whatever worldview you want us to express in your next 1 cent super chat. And you'll get us both converted immediately to it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, just in case you guys missed that, they said that they will accept $1,000. If somebody pays them $1,000, they will. I'm assuming one or both of them will say whatever you tell them. And I was thinking, okay, I'll pay them to make a direct, televised on their channel threat to the president, the vice president, and everybody in the United States government.
I'd just like to let everyone know, with no sense of irony whatsoever. Yeah, that's right. They are for sale. You know, I appreciate it, though. Unlike the Catholic Church in the Middle Ages, you know, that try to like layer up their reasoning for being for sale. At least these guys are overt. They're like, yeah, I'll just accept money for like basically whatever you want. There's no like lactose amine. We will take your money and also Jesus. No, it's just money with these guys, and I appreciate that. I know the hustle.
Money.
Game recognized game.
Do the voice. Do the crab voice.
Oh. Mr. Krabs, why did you build this second Krusty Krab right next door to the original? Money!
The false religions.
Only non-Christian religions for the secular.
Well, we can have some of the Christian, like Catholic or Orthodox and other major denominations that are not true Christianity.
So anyway, S tier is like the ultimate. A through D is like normal good to normal bad. And then F is like, ugh.
Are we starting from the top or the bottom?
No, we're just starting. Just throw out a religion and we'll just slot it in.
So, of course, Islam, whether it's Shia or Sunni, we're going to put that straight at the bottom.
Well, easily. I mean, it's like all the worst parts of what people consider organized religion to be bad for.
I'm sorry, Grayson. I think I sent you the wrong link.
That's okay. I was in Discord anyway.
Hey, welcome to the panel, Grayson.
Yo, how's it going, Ayden? How's it going, AJ? I really don't have the time to be doing this, but like I got super interested. I love tier lists. I love world religions. So I'm like, I want to hear what these guys' terrible takes is about to be. And I think that we should rank their religion at the end.
That's a good idea.
Can I spoil one thing that they say in this video, Grayson? It's coming up in a second. Is that okay?
It's your channel, man.
At least they didn't trick Catholics into doing the Holocaust.
There you go. He got that at the very least. Well,
I think that's what he says.
Wow.
Something like that.
Oh, okay. Oh my God.
Yeah. No, it's a slightly spicy meatball.
Yeah, that's the caliber.
It took me a second, but wow.
All right, let's keep going.
I think one thing we've learned, just real quick, I think one thing we've learned from this tier list is in order to do a proper tier list, you need to spend like the first 2 minutes telling people what a tier list is, because you know they didn't already know that before they clicked on the video.
Yeah. Alrighty.
What
about Judaism though? Because Judaism probably causes.
God. You gotta slow down. We got to dwell on each one. But think about it. You know, they're warlike. You know, the misogyny.
No. Sorry. They didn't trick Catholics into doing 9/11. Sorry.
Oh.
No, wait, which religion are they on right now?
Islam.
Islam.
Oh, okay.
So they're about to get real Islamophobic. I know people hate that word.
Well, so far they've said, you know, like, oh, the violence and the patriarchy. It's like, yeah, there's never been any violence or patriarchy committed in the name of Christianity throughout human history.
And which Christianity are these guys?
Oh, they're the right Christianity. You need to understand.
Okay, but they're all the right
wrong Christianity.
They're Christian Baptist Catholic, I think. Is that a thing?
No,
they're Christian Baptists. I thought they were Catholics, but they're not.
Okay.
Oh, they're not Catholic.
They're Baptist Christians.
Spreading around this misinformation. Now, my Catholic joke earlier doesn't make any sense, AJ. Thanks a lot, buddy. Appreciate that.
Well, then why do they? Okay. I'm so
all the stupid rules for no reason, pedophilia, but their countries also have all the biggest illiteracy rates.
I was about to say that myself.
So it's like, because at least the Catholic Church, not to get ahead of ourselves.
Just look up top 10 countries.
It's actually highest illiteracy rates.
To be fair, like I would love to watch these two knuckleheads read something out loud that's like at a 12th grade reading level. I would just love to see their attempt.
Not just that, but like, they just talked about how, like, at least the Catholic Church, you know, they were spreading around, like, the word of God to people. It's like, didn't the Catholic Church, like, do a little event called the 30 Years' War that, like, tore apart Europe when the printing press came out because they didn't want the common person to be reading the Bible? Like, wasn't that the whole thing? I don't know.
They were also insulting Islam for, pedophilic tendencies. Well, okay, they're on the side of the Catholic Church. I don't know if that's a good angle of attack.
And I mean, like, to insult them for low literacy rates, you realize that, like, most of the Islamic countries are talking about their African countries. And that has nothing to do with them being Muslim, that they have low literacy rates. It's because they're unindustrialized countries that have been exploited for hundreds, if not thousands of years by the rest of the world. So yeah, it's no wonder that nobody is able, or not a lot of people compared to our country are able to read when you don't have the capability of lifting people out of that through that.
Yeah, why don't
oppression?
Why don't we rewind the clock 1,000 years and compare the Christian nations to the Islamic nations for literacy rate?
Yeah. In the Middle East, you've got like the Islamic Golden Age where they're innovating on all these different fields like algebra and just general mathematics, trigonometry, like all these different scientific disciplines. And meanwhile,
literally the invention of the scientific method.
Right. And meanwhile, in like Christian Europe, they're just barely figuring out how to translate the works that other people already made like 1,000 years before that. It's like, nah, the Christians are the enlightened ones here. You don't understand.
Yeah. And the Illustrated Encyclopedia of Surgery was used in Europe for like 500 years. That was done by Muslims.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and Muslims invented the toothbrush, apparently.
You know, actually, I always heard that was a guy in Arkansas that invented the toothbrush. You know how they know that? If it wasn't, it would be called the teeth brush.
I heard a good one yesterday, although I'll probably butcher it. Yeah, just forget it.
He's hitting the eject button. Let's go. Move on.
Countries for inbreeding and illiteracy, and you will find a common trait.
Muslims an easy F tier. F tier. You know, I mean, I don't have to get into that.
Muslim. It's not even Islam.
Muslim. Terrorism. A government. Yeah. But I mean,
is he drinking a soda out of a giant beer mug with? Or is that a Guinness with ice in it?
If that's a Guinness with ice in it,
it honestly looks like a Dr. Pepper or a Coke or something.
I mean, I just feel better that we have Grayson here with his gun show. It makes me feel less inadequate to these guys. Because we have nerdy me and Ayden here. Like,
well, I was
guys, that's our stream.
I'm kind of dressed down today.
Yeah, let's be honest. These guys would like give us swirlies if we were there in real life. At least we had Grayson over here. He'd be like, "Hey, back off!" No, this guy. You know what frustrates me? I wouldn't have even noticed this unless you guys pointed this out. But why the fuck is this guy gripping the cup, which clearly has a handle, on the actual cup itself? Like, just get a regular cup at that point.
It's
actively getting in your way.
Sometimes, okay, so it feels cool. Don't at me.
All right. You know what? I can't go against you because then it'll be 3-on-1 and we'll definitely get swirly.
I really feel like these guys are literally just having a stereotype off. Like, how many stereotypes can drop in like the span of 30 seconds?
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't able to trick Catholics into doing it. Am I right?
Exactly.
Anyway,
the CIA didn't.
9/11. You know what I mean? Terrorism. A government. Yeah. But I mean, they weren't able to trick Catholics into doing it. Am I right?
They did say Catholics. Why did they say Catholics?
Because you're saying that like their Catholics are better than Muslims because they got Muslims to do 9/11 and they couldn't get Catholics to do it. That's the point he's making. But I just love the way that he fucking started that sentence. Can we?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's a copy too.
All right, everybody, say hi to Stacy.
Hi, Stacy.
Okay, let's continue.
Right?
Exactly.
Anyway,
the CIA didn't hire Mormons to blow up the Twin Towers.
Yeah, seriously. So I feel like I shouldn't even have to really elaborate on that one. That's kind of the F tier. All right, let's pick another one. What's up?
It's obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Judaism ranks pretty low as well when it comes to just the amount of human suffering caused.
Bro, it's half of your own religion, dude.
What do you mean that what?
Where did you find this video, AJ? This is
Quad balls
insane.
sent it to me.
You know, guys, when you really think about it, the Star Wars movies are the literal word of God, but the prequels, I mean, like, those caused a lot of suffering, if you really think about it. Like, what?
Dude, if you ask them to justify the source of all this suffering to Judaism, like, that's the kind of stuff that they can only say on, like, Rumble or Gab or whatever, the right wing. Like, they cannot say that publicly. You know what I mean? That's going to expose a lot of real neo-Nazi type stuff.
Yeah. no, that's some deep anti-Semitism, and I've heard it as well. Like these people that are like, well, there never was a such thing as a Jew in the Church of God or anything like that in the Old Testament. It's like the level of mental gymnastics that those people have to go through to try to justify that is utterly insane.
Make the point that like not only was Jesus a Jew, but Jesus was like for Jews only. Like the whole Gentile thing in Christianity, that's Paul. Jesus' actual followers who knew him as a person, the other disciples were like Jews only. Jesus wanted it Jews only. Open your Bible, you two. I'm just gonna call you both Luke. Luke, open your Bible and go to the story.
My name's actually Josh. Thank you very much.
Go to the story of Jesus with the Canaanite woman at the well. He literally, like this Canaanite woman, a non-Jew, comes up to her and is like, Jesus, my daughter is sick, your miracles. And she's calling him Lord. She's doing all the right things. She's like, please, please heal my sick daughter. And Jesus looks at her and said, yeah, get away from me. He's like, would you give the meal, the food, the dinner that was meant for your children? Would you give that to the dogs begging at the table for scraps? No. Like he's literally saying that because of her ethnicity, she's analogous to a subhuman dog, not deserving of his gifts. Like, I mean, this is not. I don't know, man. The fact that you can have Christians that are so anti-Semitic, like, really portrays a misunderstanding of the actual history of Christianity and Jesus's lifetime.
I have a follow-up question, Grayson. Are the scraps that the dogs are fighting over the body of Jezebel?
It's literally supposed to be like Jesus's gifts to humanity, and they're meant for his children, as in the Jews, the Israelites, and they are not meant for the dogs begging at the table, and that's all the rest of us.
That's not true. Hey, that's not true, because the guy that never actually knew Jesus in his physical lifetime said it wasn't true. So what about that?
Yeah, Paul is the one that introduced this whole, Christianity is for everybody, even non-Jews. That was coming from Paul, and Paul never actually met Jesus. Like, the actual Jesus is Jews only for him. He was trying to be the king of the Jews. He's leading a Jewish cult. He's thoroughly Jewish.
Yeah, so just in case you guys don't know the story of Jezebel's death in the Bible, Jezebel mocked Jehu, and so Jehu commanded his palace officials to throw her out a window, and then Jehu drove his chariot over her smashed body, and then dogs ate her alive, and they only found her skull, feet, and hands to bury. So,
and that was Jezebel?
Jezebel. Yeah.
So I want to bring this back. I'm sorry everyone listening to this, but just this I literally heard somebody saying last week on this election, remember, this is a Christian pastor, and he was telling his people that Jesus is not on the ballot, but Jezebel is.
Oh, God.
That's literally what this pastor was telling at a Trump rally. This is what he was telling the crowd.
Oh, boy. That's insane.
Like, obviously, if a guy believes a false religion, he goes to hell, he hurts himself.
Are we dealing with Judaism as in, like, the secret synagogue of Satan, or are we dealing with just your average run-of-the-mill,
low-tier Jew?
Low-tier average Jew. Because, like, we're not talking about the people who run the world.
Oh.
There it is. So, in just a mental exercise for you guys, I want you to, when you hear the next few sentences, just replace the word Jew with black guy and see if it changes the context.
Well, we're talking about just like your average, typical, dinner's here. Everybody thought the fun dip was funny last time.
This is happening. This is happening.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah.
We got the big-ass nachos.
All organic, grass-fed.
Shout out Trader Joe's.
No, and Costco.
And Costco, okay, apparently. It's not like I bought
His mom made that.
Alrighty,
this is mine. I made these.
Mom.
That's a good idea to eat.
He did make them. You know how to burn.
While making
content.
What
we're saying.
Yeah. This is a great
we're differentiating between your average low-level Jew, who's just a regular guy.
Not the Jews who
who control the weather and have the space lasers.
Yeah, no,
allegedly.
not those Jews. They're like running NASA and trying to tell everybody the Earth is round or something. Like, we're talking like.
Please don't say that.
So, listen, if you're in the comments and you're even wondering if the Earth is flat, a moron. The Earth is round. Please, for the love of God. Anyway, No, we're talking like your typical.
Grayson is actually dumbfounded.
I'm feeling
right
like
now.
I like these. What produced these two Lukes? I just.
Like, I think the thing that was most stunning out of all of that was just like how fast and in such a rapid stream that verbal diarrhea came spewing out of their mouths. Like, that was like Mach 4. I'm surprised that their house is still standing, because that was enough to tear foundations down. It was ridiculous.
Like, I literally feel like these two guys just like budded out of the ground at a Young Life sermon. Like, like I don't know where else these two could have come from.
Yeah. I know one thing though. They definitely both play lacrosse. Okay.
They both definitely have a 1.7 GPA.
Yeah.
Like combined between them.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this is the part. Imagine just switch out the word Jew for black guy.
C or a D. Like, I don't like him, obviously. I mean,
but your average low level, not high ranking Jew is not that big of a deal.
Video, they're actually pretty nice a lot of the time when you run into them. Sometimes they're not.
I do jobs to them. I only know that they're Jews because they've got the little microfilm Torah on the door.
Yeah.
Or maybe they have like the thing on the yarmulke, but for the most part, you don't notice them for being like disgusting people like you do with Muslims. You can always spot the Muslims because they're disgusting.
I'm feeling a C tier on this. That sounds about right.
That's
just
fair.
Overall. Kind of, you're a little down there because of the association with like the other Jews, but like at the end of the day, they're typically pretty harmless. Mm-hmm. I'm feeling like a C on that. Alrighty. Let's go with kind of a spoiler. I think we already both agree on this one being an S tier just to get the other end of the spectrum. Sikhism.
It's pronounced Sikhism.
Sikhism. Yeah. Okay, I don't know that much.
So obviously, Sikhs are false religion.
No, wait. The first guy got it right. And the second guy correct. It's Sikhism. The guy's like, no, it's actually Sikhism, bro. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's sick, bro. Yeah, anyway, it's Sikhism, man. It's awesome. Like, no.
I literally, these guys cannot be real. Like, this has to be like a well done satire. Like,
this is some SNL routine that's like, just
down
like,
to the placement of the nacho tray. Like, it's too good. You can't even write. You can't script stuff this racist. Like, if I was in a room with like other writers trying to write the most racist things I could think of, like combine every stereotype I've ever heard, I could not do this after like 4 hours, and these guys are just going off the cuff with seemingly their actual thoughts.
Only thing that would make this more stereotypical if there was like, by the way, this stream is sponsored by Coors Light or something like that. Like, that's what you basically have to go for.
It's got to be sponsored by like Patriot Mobile or something.
Yeah.
Like, Coors Light is probably like affiliated with some sort of like Jewish executives or Jew adjacent executives that they can't be associated with, or it's a subsidy of Anheuser-Busch or something, and they literally have to do some sort of like introducing the new Ultra Mega IPA. Like,
by the way,
no, I got it. It'd be like the pro life IPA, like. Like every single glass comes with like a picture of like a 30-week-old fetus with a heartbeat.
Every single can that you buy of Patriot Lager will contribute 1 penny to the fund of another abortion clinic bomber.
We promise we will write 1 angry letter to an abortion clinic for every purchase.
Yeah.
My favorite band is OAR. I do like OAR though.
But I mean, they don't really cause a lot of trouble.
No.
You don't see a lot of them raping people and murdering, or they're not very warlike.
No.
Also, I forget what they call it, but whatever their church, if you will, they serve free meals to any and all comers, whether or not you're a Sikh. So you can, and listen, I understand they're probably all going to roast in hell.
By the way,
however, if they're giving free meals to poor people,
the idea that they're not like very warlike, I mean, like on one end of the spectrum, that is kind of true, but war is a very heavy element in their religion.
Well, they view themselves as warriors for justice. So like they're willing to do violence for things that they think of themselves as Batman. It's actually a really badass religion. You get to like actually walk around considering yourself like Batman, where you have like the knife that you can only use to save the innocents and stuff like that. Like, but they have assassinated world leaders. Like Indira Gandhi was assassinated by some Sikh nationals, and the Canadian government right now, like ongoing, is saying a bunch of Sikh nationals are trying to like do assassinations in Canada. Like it's not like, you know, I don't know. These guys are literally just going based off of stereotypes. Like that's it. They're ranking stereotypes of religions.
This reminds me of like the guys. Oh, when was it? It was like 2016 or something like that. This one guy like went and shot up a Sikh temple thinking that it was a mosque because there's a bunch of people that got turbans put on their heads. They must be them Muslim folk, right? No, it turns out that he was just going and shooting up. I feel like these guys have about the same understanding of Sikhism as that guy.
It was in 2012.
Was it 2012?
In Wisconsin, and he was a white supremacist.
I see. I feel like my point still stands.
Yeah. Grayson, did you say what their swords are called?
I forget the name of them.
It's a kirpan.
Mm.
And I just want to read the key beliefs of the Sikh way of life is based on Nam Japna, remember God's name with every breath. Karit Karni, work and earn by the sweat of the brow, live a family way of life and practice truthfulness and honesty in all dealings. Vanket Shakna, to share and live as an inspiration and to support the whole community. Community is capitalized for some reason. Control of calm, desire, crowd, anger, greed, attachment, and pride. Sikhs believe that reincarnation is for those who do not attain attachment to God during the human life cycle.
AJ, just as an example for how, like, you know, like they will do violence for justice, but just in general, Sikhs will never initiate like violence for unjust. Like they go to such an extreme degree to not harm other living things that like some of the most like extreme practicing Sikhs with like the biggest turbans, they literally will go around and sweep in front of them like a little like a broom kind of instrument. And
oh yeah, they borrow that from
ground in front of them to move away any insects from their path so they don't step on a bug and accidentally kill it.
Yeah, they borrow that from Jainism or Jainism, whichever pronunciation that you want to have.
I didn't know there was another pronunciation. Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's how they invented curling.
Get out of here, AJ.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going to try the joke from earlier.
Round two.
Okay. Judging by the fact that there's a stairway to heaven but a highway to hell, it shows which place is getting more visitors.
It's a Ken Hovind joke right there. Stairway to heaven, highway to hell. Which one gets more visitors, Hovind? Yeah, I'm sorry. That one's a...
I didn't say it was funny.
Would that also imply that, like, heaven does not accept wheelchair-bound people?
It's correct.
Yeah.
Heaven is not wheelchair accessible.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't have the lame in God's tabernacle. The Old Testament's
God doesn't
very
want
clear.
anybody that has a blemish in his house.
It's true. I mean, he created the blemish, but whatever.
Right.
People, I'm really going to find it hard to put them in the same category of false religion as like Islam or something.
I'm sure hope that I'm missing something.
And I'm sure some dipstick in the comments is going to go, actually, I saw some Muslim who gave food to the poor or something. Like, no. On the whole, Islam
is just... So that cool thing with the knife and the turban so that like you could be identified them, and if you're ever in trouble, you can like ask them and they'll help you.
Yeah, the whole point of their turban, at least is what a Sikh said. I saw it on a video. He was saying like it's supposed to be if you're in public and you need help, you find the guy with the turban and he's going to help you. And you know what? Hey, cool, man. I haven't needed help from one of them, but
I just know I may disagree with their beliefs, but like I either they have really good PR or you know they're just good. And by the way, the Jews have great PR, and I still don't know what they're up to. So like. Yeah,
well, the problem is the Jews overdo it when they have like billboards saying it's okay to be a Jew.
They can't help themselves. They cannot help themselves.
Billboards.
They're supposed to be talking about Jews.
They're supposed to be. They have to be like, yeah, but anyways, let's talk about like the Jews, though. It's like, no, you guys are talking. This doesn't even tangentially relate. You just found a way to like bridge this gap where none should have existed whatsoever. Just all right, it's been circumvented now because we got to talk about them Jews again.
It's never good when you hear somebody say the Jews.
Yeah.
It's like the word blacks.
Yeah, it's just it's a red flag.
Is there something I should know about?
That's not even the Jews we were talking about. That's that other group of Jews, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway, Yeah, I would say Sikhs are a pretty easy S tier as these religions go. Feels about right. You have a religion you want to throw out right now?
I actually can't believe it, but I agree. Sikh S tier religion.
No, I can agree with that. But
they are correct at this for this one tiny instance. They are actually right about something. Even a broken clock, right twice a day.
All right, guys. Our next religion is gonna be a Sikhism. Oh no, bro, it's actually Sikhism. Oh my god, I'm still not over that.
Honestly, Mormonism gets too much hate. Do a lot of work for Mormon customers.
Oh, okay. We're gonna disagree.
No. I understand that the Mormon church is very bad. They have billions of dollars in investments. They do some weird crap. But your average Mormon family you run into, really clean, white, nuclear family with a really good job.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean,
clean
technically not wrong.
White. Wow.
But I feel like he meant it in a different way.
Dude, I cannot with these two. Like, wow. Like, this is just vile.
You might even call them an Aryan family, my dude. You might even say that, my bro. It's like, what the hell?
I mean, I would like to give them good faith and say that isn't racist what he just said, but I don't know. It's
absolutely
associating whiteness inherently with cleanliness is racist assumption.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Oh, this guy's staring me down.
Dude, he just snapped out of the 1,000-yard stare and he's about to tell you his life story. He just grabbed you by the collar and he's like, "Let me tell you what happened in the mines." The mines.
Yeah, one of those people that you tell them like 5 times, "Yeah, I gotta go," and they're like, "Just 5 more minutes, dude. Just let me tell this 30-minute story."
What was that short you sent me there? I was down in the bloody mines for 14 hours straight.
Does the other guy on the right remind anybody else of like Robert Pattinson?
Robert Pattinson has darker hair. No, because Robert Pattinson, I like him. He's a good actor.
But so Robert Pattinson probably isn't an anti-Semite, so.
Yeah, I just meant like looks wise.
No, I know. I'm trying to make it funny, Grayson. That's my job. That's what I'm here for. That's why AJ has me like set up to like a French style guillotine that if I make a joke that isn't funny will automatically trigger.
Well, that's okay. That's why you're explaining the joke. I got it.
Yeah, of course.
They're always so normal.
That's because they're born into it. Like the Mormons who are like actually about that life.
Yeah, but that's like 3 of them. There's like 3 of them that are actually
creepy,
about that life.
Dude, they're so creepy.
Yeah, but that's such a small percentage. 90% of Mormons are just like really normal white people with really normal jobs and families.
I've never met a Mormon that I knew was a Mormon that wasn't a freak.
Well, that's because if you can tell, it's usually a problem.
No,
I've talked to customers, dealt with plenty of Mormon ones. I like them.
Yeah, but hang on.
Wait, if you're able to tell them that makes them a freak, then how could you say that most of them are good people? Like, how does that make any sense? Most of them are like good people, bro. But like the ones that you could actually like tell are Mormons. Those are the ones that you like know are freaks. It's like,
yeah. How are we defining freak?
Oh my god, these guys! I didn't watch this ahead of time, and I feel like I should have.
Well, I linked it to you. I told you this.
No, you did. But I was like, my dude. I need to make sure that I like go in here unfulfilled so that I can have a better reaction, my guy. And I regret it now. I really do.
I actually don't think I would be physically capable of watching this twice.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
With people who you know are okay. Well, we'll disagree on this. Perhaps. What would you put the Mormons at? Because I'm putting the Mormons at a solid D.
I forget how your tier system works.
D is the worst, A is the best, F is ultra bad, and S is ultra good.
I'm giving them C.
C isn't the worst then.
C is a little lower. That's on the G level. If you're feeling like a middle, you'd say B.
He literally said D is the worst, F is ultra bad. Like, huh? What? Then D is not the worst? Okay, we cannot nitpick every stupid thing because we'll be here all day.
Right. Grayson, we both know that we're just doing it so that we have another like 10 seconds of reprieve from actually listening to them talk.
No, I'm curious. I want to know where they're going with this.
Yeah, because this video is 30 minutes. So like how like all right, let's try and knock out some chunks here.
I still don't understand how this tier system works. I don't watch YouTube.
A is good, then B, then C, then D is bad.
All right, I'll give them a B then.
B, okay. I'm giving them a D. I don't agree with that. But to each your own.
You don't see a lot of Mormons like raping and stabbing people all over Europe.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, come on.
They're just weird, though. I don't like the weirdness.
Yeah, they're mostly harmless.
Most religions, though, aren't super rapey and stabby, though. That's the thing.
Except for Catholics and Muslims.
Catholics sometimes. Yeah.
Well, Catholic priests.
Yeah, but you want to talk about your average Catholic. That's way weirder, dude.
That's true.
Way more normal than the average.
Orthodoxy is much better than Catholicism.
Hey, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Okay. I'll get to that, though.
Yeah,
why Orthodoxy is better than
Catholicism. Hey, here's a little switch up. We'll cover 2 in one shot. We'll cover actual Buddhism. And then we'll cover like New Age white people,
Sedona
mysticism,
people in Sedona.
Yeah, Sedona stuff.
Like the Hare. Remember the guy with the Hare Krishna stand in like the middle of the woods?
Yeah. Okay, so let's start with actual Buddhists first. I'm gonna give these guys a B tier, leaning almost towards an A, but I don't like the nihilistic beliefs. But like they're pretty peaceful overall, I would say. A few of them light themselves on fire.
They're not very obnoxious. They're not very obnoxious about their beliefs. Yeah. They don't really harangue you. Like, for example, Jehovah's Witnesses, D. Hate Jehovah's Witnesses.
JWs are an F. I'm gonna get back to that. Anyway,
is that worse than D? Oh, then they're definitely F. Yeah, definitely. I hate Jehovah's Witnesses.
Dude, I've been going down this rabbit hole. Shout out XJW Panda Tower. I've been going down this rabbit hole. That all their weird ass like propaganda videos they make. It's so funny. And if you guys are into that kind of stuff, there's this XJW YouTuber. Obviously, you know he has his own beliefs and whatever, but like really funny content. Anyway,
I was at the Dachau concentration camp in Germany. Do
you call it Dachau?
Homosexual.
Did you just call it fucking Dachau? Oh my god, I fucking can't with these people.
What's the mistake, Ayden?
Dachau.
Oh, I knew that. I was just seeing if you guys knew that.
Going down over to Dachau. Oh my god, these people.
Like, dude, there were no death camps. It's like, oh, what about the piles of shoes? They were opening a Skechers, bro.
Can't start Sport Check with just like nothing, my guy. What do you expect?
These two are like literally exhausting me, which is it's like every single sentence is just like the most horrible stereotype I've heard in like the last month. And it's just like 30 of those a minute.
Yeah, you're like a rock that's being worn down over millions of years, except instead of water, it's just like carbolic acid or something like that.
I am genuinely curious, if you could monitor the thoughts that occur in these two brains, like throughout the day, like maybe they have on average like 2 of them a minute or something. Like, how many times a day is a racist stereotype playing in their brains? Like, give me a number here, ballpark. It's got to be at least 10.
I don't know.
How many times do men think about sex? Like, it's like every 7 seconds or something like that.
Something like that.
If that's true, but I'll say every 7 seconds for these guys.
like racist stereotypes literally is sex to these guys.
You're right.
For sex.
Well, you guys are talking about
their Roman Empire.
I was gonna say 5 milliseconds, but if we're talking about seconds, I guess that would be like 500. I don't know. I don't know the math. Don't check me on that. Let's just keep going.
Communists, and Jehovah's Witnesses, like just them, in particular them, not Christians, just JWs.
Yeah.
And I was like, obviously this is probably not why, but I would like to believe that they knocked the wrong door of like, and they're just like, yeah, guess what? You got get rid of it.
This is done. But anyway, we're going all over the place, man. Okay, Buddhists. I'm going with them a B. I don't like the nihilism, but they're like chill.
Nihilism?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to point out earlier. The nihilism with Buddhism, like that nihilism, even in like the very like basic dumbed down like nihilism for dummies version of nihilism, most people understand what it's like. Nothing really matters, man. It's all just like pointless and meaningless. That's not Buddhism. Yeah. Like Buddhism says that, yeah, this world, like this thing that we're currently inhabiting, yeah, that ultimately doesn't have any purpose, but that's because you're supposed to move on to a greater world. You're supposed to move on somewhere called Nirvana, where all of those concerns are no longer present and you could just live in perfect harmony with everything. So trying to strive for something like that is kind of like antithetical to nihilism, isn't it?
Well, I think that it's more so nihilistic in terms of, is there a purpose for the overall universe? Like, the purpose of the universe is not to go to nirvana. So in terms of the overall teleology of the Buddhist cosmology, I don't know if there's an overarching purpose to their cosmology of like why the universe exists. I think that for a lot of Buddhists, they just go with like the scientific conception of the Big Bang, basically, or maybe in ancient medieval Buddhism, it was like just seen as the universe was eternal. Samsara just always existed. This wheel of reincarnation has always been spinning. So maybe that's where they're talking about the nihilism from, is like, why does samsara keep this reincarnation going? Why is it endless? You know, why does it exist in the first place? I think if I'm being charitable, that's what I would interpret that. But I want to just go back real quick before we go to Buddhism, because I just looked up the statistics of he's saying like, oh, which religion is the most stabby and scary? Like, just in terms of like which countries have the highest like per capita stabbings rates, it's like Brazil and South Africa. So it's like Christian countries. So
yeah, if we're going to use a college dude bro level understanding of how these things work, their bullshit doesn't even make sense in the context of itself.
Yeah, and so it would be like, you know, Catholics are the most stabby. But I think maybe he said that. I thought he said that at one point. I was very confused.
Catholics and Muslims are like the stabbiest people.
Yeah, like what? Like I was very confused by that.
Yeah, and Buddhism, I think maybe it might get people might think it's nihilistic because basically it has a tenet that life is suffering, but part of the tenets of Buddhism is emphasizing like ethical conduct and action to alleviate that suffering, to make things better. If nihilism would just say to like basically give up or just not care that you're suffering.
Yeah, the literal goal is to reduce suffering in the world, and like, you know, attachment to the root of all suffering. I mean, it's like literally, I don't know. Buddhism is an S-tier religion for me personally. Like, especially Chan and Zen variants of Buddhism. That's S. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Zen Buddhism is lit.
Yeah, it's like Taoism.
And I could see people saying that Zen Buddhism is nihilistic as well, because they say, you know, there's no such thing as the self. We are all nothingness. Like, there's a lot of emphasis on the concept of nothingness in Zen. So I can understand maybe the accusation of nihilism, actually.
I could understand it if they weren't ultimately striving for a better station outside of their life. Like, if they didn't think that there really was anything to any of it, and that it was...
But Ayden, I myself am a nihilist, and I am striving for a better station in my life. So I don't think I think they're just mutually exclusive things, whether or not you have personal meaning in your life and you're a nihilist. Because I have a lot of personal meaning in my life. I have goals, ambitions, a lot of meaning in my life, but I'm a nihilist because I think the universe is meaningless.
Sure, and I'm not necessarily talking about striving for meaning within that life. I'm talking about striving for meaning outside of that life in the context of nirvana, like trying to strive for something that's greater than the actual confines of this life that you're currently living.
But you can still do that nihilistically. I just don't think it has anything to do with nihilism, but we can move along from...
Yeah, I was about to say, we don't need to argue for half the stream.
You guys know when I became a nihilist, when they taught us in school that the earth is going to get swallowed up by the sun when it turns into a red giant.
Well, that all life on earth would go extinct long before that from the lack of carbon dioxide, AJ. Don't worry.
Oh, good point. I rescind my beliefs.
Like, I think that estimates have it as maybe another 900 million years before the carbon dioxide is depleted enough to the point where photosynthesis is no longer possible.
We could go or develop space travel by then and escape Earth.
Right? Yeah, or we can just keep. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not. We could just.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ayden.
Oh, I was just gonna say there used to be a time where there wasn't any oxygen on the planet either, and all the life that ended up developing in the presence of oxygen ended up killing off all the old life as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if it just gave rise to a new epoch of different life before the sun eventually swallowed us.
Yeah, it's one of the first. That's true. I mean, it's one of the first mass extinctions that we know about. So it's most likely the microbes would adapt, and other metabolisms that are not relying on photosynthesis as a base would take over. You're correct.
Purple Earth is the best Earth.
Big life would be no more. So kind of sad. I mean, a life full of microbes. I mean, who really cares all that much?
Looks cool.
You just kind of meditate.
Ultimately, yeah. Like, if you're not responsible for like mass atrocities, and then if you have a crummy belief system, that doesn't really affect me.
They haven't really done anything bad, but their belief system I don't like very much. It's not as optimistic as some.
Yeah, if you're a nihilist, you're an idiot, by the way.
Yeah, nihilism. And you could. I'm not saying that all of them are like the negative.
Yeah, Grayson.
Absurdist,
and if you think Nietzsche was a nihilist, you're stupid too.
Nietzsche.
Oh, God. Dude, this guy has to be doing this on purpose. I'm sorry. This man cannot be real. He is intentionally mispronouncing every damn name in this video.
You know, when Nietzsche wrote about Dachau.
You know, when good old Al Einstein came up with relativity.
You're right. This has to be a skit.
Look at how he's drinking. What is he? Is that sweet tea? I can't even.
It's Arizona sweet tea.
This is the most southern thing I've ever seen in my life.
Read more Nietzsche if you think he was a nihilist.
Okay.
I haven't read any, so I have
that
no
was
opinion.
closer to the actual pronunciation.
Yeah.
Himself. Okay.
Wait a minute. Did the guy on the right say it wrong first?
We need to go back.
The guy who said it wrong then said it right the second time. I don't know.
Didn't they do that earlier too? Or no, they did it the other way around.
Yeah, they got right first, and then the other guy was like, actually, bro, it's Sikhism.
I like how we can see this guy's digestive tract.
I don't.
Grayson's just gonna have to disagree with you on that one, AJ.
Sorry. Grayson, were you gonna say something?
No, I just want to press play on the video so I don't have to look at this guy's esophagus anymore.
Okay, sorry.
They haven't really done anything bad, but their belief system I don't like very much. It's not as optimistic as some.
Yeah, if you're a nihilist, you're an idiot, by the way.
Yeah, nihilism. And you could. I'm not saying that all of them are like the negative nihilists. Maybe they're just absurdist.
And if you think Nietzsche was a nihilist, you're stupid too. Read more Nietzsche if you think he was a nihilist.
I haven't read any, so I have no opinions on what you just said. Anyway,
idiots on Reddit think Nietzsche was a nihilist because it's Reddit.
I see. Okay, so I'm giving Buddhism a B tier. That's like the upper middle. How do you feel about that?
I can accept that.
Totally deserves S tier.
Okay, but now let's get into New
It's
Age,
S
like
tier.
crystal.
Like, especially when Grayson was like Zen Buddhism and that kind of like form of Buddha. That's S tier stuff. It's like up there with Taoism.
Yeah, and I just think there's no way that this guy's read Nietzsche. But solid point about Reddit, though. Solid point about.
Yeah. Well, the guy on the right admitted that he hasn't read Nietzsche. So.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
think
the other guy was just talking about Reddit. How stupid Reddit is, and I agree with Grayson.
No, like the Nietzsche subreddit is like actually just horrendous. Like, I still go on it, but it is.
Well, it's all probably a bunch of teenagers.
It's a guilty pleasure of yours, Grayson.
It's funny sometimes, yeah.
So people, I'm moving this only to a C tier, a little lower.
They're harmless, but they're just stupid and want
harmless,
attention.
but it's like dumb. It's kind of cheesy, and they're kind of LARPing too. Like, what? I don't know how many of them actually believe they're gonna get reincarnated. Maybe some of them do, but like, I think some of it is just kind of like they just want to be unique. Because a lot of people.
They want to be unique.
A lot of people practice like a Fast and Furious style of Christianity, where it's just kind of just you wear a cross necklace and talk about faith.
I like how we have this this like $450 microphone, so we can get every single sound of the crunching and like devouring of these nachos. It's fucking disgusting.
I also love how the guy on the left like chews with his mouth open every other time as well. That's just great. I love seeing his half digested pig slop from the sty right below the yeah, so like the bunch of crap.
I just like literally cannot believe the amount of like stupidity and arrogance that have combined into these two individuals. Like the things he's saying are like the understandings of a child of the world. And I just cannot believe some of the things. I mean, he's calling, what do you say? Buddhists are, it's too cheesy. Buddhism is too cheesy. And they're LARPing, and they don't actually believe in reincarnation. Like, what's more likely? Reincarnation, where like we see that other animals do in fact exist, or heaven, where you go into some sort of magical, perfect world where everybody you know is waiting for you, and they all have wings and wearing white. Which one's more cheesy? Which one is more of a LARP, and which one's more unbelievable?
Yeah, well, you're around all your family members except for the ones you didn't like.
You're talking about Occam's razor there with like that stuff, Grayson, and I like recently switched to Occam's razor from Gillette because they like went rope and stuff. So yeah.
Okay, yeah. Buddhism S tier, and then did they say it's C tier? And then he said, "Oh, they just want reincarnation because they want to be unique." That was the dumbest thing I've ever heard anyone like. Well, okay, it's not the dumbest thing I've ever heard anyone say, but it's like one of the dumbest things I've heard in this video so far, which is like already in the running for one of the dumbest things I've ever heard ever. But the entire religious milieu, like around Buddhism, when it like developed from Siddhartha Gautama, like everyone around there believed in reincarnation, like the Jains, like the entire like it's just literally insane that he thinks that they're trying to be unique by that. I like the entire like Samradic tradition, it was one of reincarnation.
That was just the norm for the
They're like the Buddhist equivalent of that, where they just have this real surface level, frisbee deep sort of religion, you know. But wow. I'm gonna give them a C. I'm assuming you kind of feel the same way. Okay. All righty. Now you wanted to bring up the Orthodoxy and Catholics. Let's get
it. So I mean, first of all, Orthodoxy is just not as good.
Wait, hold on. I just love that. It's like as he's eating nachos. Yeah. So like, I just feel like the Buddhists have just a really like frisbee deep level religion, you know what I mean? No, yeah, totally. Like our religion, bro, it's just so much deeper, you know what I mean? And like they're literally like the amount, like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of like deep thinking about like Buddhists, like like their entire religious tradition. There are like volumes and volumes of sutras that are still untranslated from all of the thinking that has gone into this religion for like thousands of years. And like these two fucking nacho dipshits are like, yeah, it's like frisbee level deep. What the fuck does that mean? Frisbee level deep? What?
Wait, did he actually say that?
Yeah, didn't he say frisbee level?
I thought you were just saying that to make fun of him.
I thought he was too. No, we need to go back now. I need to
go back. I thought I heard frisbee level deep.
I want to hear that.
It's like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna make a video about the philosophy of religion, and then I'm gonna play beer pong and drink beer that had a dirty ping pong ball in it.
It's like that book Harry Potter and the Frisbee's stone or whatever.
Like, what does that mean? Like, I feel like these guys like received serious head trauma while playing.
He was reliving the horrible memory of it, and it just overtook him.
Anyway,
idiots on Reddit think Nietzsche was a nihilist because it's Reddit.
About that people. I'm moving this only to a C tier, a little lower.
They're harmless, but they're just stupid.
Harmless, but it's like dumb. It's kind of cheesy, and they're kind of LARPing too. Like, I don't know how many of them actually believe they're going to get reincarnated. Maybe some of them do, but like, I think some of it is just kind of like they just want to be unique. Because a lot of people,
let's segue that reincarnation.
A lot of people practice like a Fast and Furious style of Christianity, where it's just kind of just you wear a cross necklace and talk about faith, and they're like the Buddhist equivalent of that, where they just have this real surface level, frisbee deep sort of religion.
He did.
Frisbee what the fuck does that mean? What, as deep as a frisbee? What is? I just can't.
Frisbees aren't very deep. And welcome, Karisu.
I want to control F and just search this comment section for the word frisbee and see if somebody asks him in the comment section, like, hey, bro, what the actual fuck did you mean when you said, yeah, it's like a frisbee deep understanding of what's going on?
I mean, I genuinely think that he might be the first human to use that expression on Earth.
He might be. No, you're right. He's the new Shakespeare. You don't understand. He's making bold new innovations in our language that you're just not prepared for. Deep. Thou hast said, Richard III, you art frisbee deep in that plot, I do say.
Frisbee deep sounds like a Lovecraft story.
Thumb at me, sir. I do.
Welcome to the stream, by the way, Karisu.
Hey.
When was the last time you did a video, Karisu?
Oh God, it's been a couple of weeks, easy.
And who commented on your live chat in one of those live streams you did, Karisu?
Oh, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, where Simon and Dan popped up.
Yeah, Simon and Dan.
Damn. That's cool.
This guy has Simon Day comment on his live chat.
That's freaking awesome.
That's why I told Caricio, I was like, so when you stab me in the back next time, should we go kitchen knife or machete or
a frisbee?
A frisbee.
Yeah,
Stab you with a frisbee.
That way, it's only frisbee deep, and you're good.
Wait! I can't afford a frisbee brand product, so it's just going to be a generic novelty flying disc.
Great.
You can't get the good stuff.
Or paper airplane. Or 400 feet.
Oh my god.
All right, let's go to the Luke squared.
Luke squared.
By the way, who are they voting for, do you think?
Oh man,
Kanye.
That is the best answer. I'm not even.
Kanye is super anti-Semitic, so it makes sense. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why I said.
That's why you made the joke. Okay.
Yes.
I can't do a Kanye impersonation, or AJ's gonna get mad at me.
I like some of the Gaga songs.
Yes.
You know, they should really include like Yeezus in this religion tier list.
Oh man, we lost Ayden.
Oh, I think
He'll be
Ayden
back.
got kicked because he gave a bad Kanye impression.
He'll be back.
But I'm going to give them a C. I'm assuming you kind of feel the same way. Okay. All righty. Now, you wanted to bring up the Orthodoxy and Catholics. Let's get it.
Yeah. So, I mean, first of all, Orthodoxy is just.
Who did they just rank as a C? This was New Agey Christians. Is that what that? Who? Are you okay? Are you okay, AJ?
Yeah, I just switching it to this setting.
Okay. Well, I'm just like confused. Like, which religion did they just give a C tier? Does anybody know?
I think we were on Buddhism, right? Or
no, I think we
Orthodox something. I mean,
I guess I thought
they were talking about Buddhism.
I thought that's what he was saying was only frisbee deep. Was that they're like a new agey kind of?
Yeah, he was saying there were Buddhists who were frisbee deep, and then they said they're like, we want to talk about Orthodox now. Whatever.
No,
that
I
means.
think that you missed an entire religion that they just ranked after Buddhism and before Orthodoxy.
Okay.
But I don't want to go back to it, so don't go back.
All right.
But I'm going to give them a C. I'm assuming you kind of feel the same way. Okay. All righty. Now, you wanted to bring up the Orthodoxy and Catholics. Let's get it.
Yeah. So, I mean, first of all, Orthodoxy is just not as gay as Catholicism. Like, there's less just homosexuality in Orthodox Church.
Yeah. First off, snores Gert. What the fuck, bro?
Oh, he's choking on a fucking nacho, deep throating it.
This cannot be a genuine opinion. This has to be satire.
Like these guys, they feel like they're straight out of a South Park episode.
Seriously, it's scary.
And their channel is pretty popular too.
Really? Don't tell me. I don't even want to know their subscriber count.
I won't.
It's over 9,000.
Yeah, it's more than mine.
Oh
so.
God.
Oh, I mean, just look at the microphone they have and the fact that they have Apple Watches. That should tell you all you need to know.
Hey, they dunked the babies.
Oh, that's what I was going to get to next. If you're baptizing babies, not biblical. Okay, it's not in the Bible. It's very simple.
I think that might be the first true thing they've said in this video.
So wait, they can't be Baptists then, can they?
Are they babies? Wait, why can't they be Baptists?
I don't know. Never mind.
Simple. Baptism is a profession of faith. Babies don't have any faith. However, if you're going to baptism is a profession of faith.
Baptism is a profession of faith?
Oh, maybe they are Baptist. Then which ones are the ones where only the adults get baptism? But whichever one that is, that's who these guys are. Just play the video while you Google it, AJ.
Okay.
Don't have any faith. However, if you're going to baptize babies, well, sprinkling is not a biblical form of baptism. So you immerse, you dunk them. And the Orthodox, they dunk those babies. Oh, yeah. They dunk them like head first, feet first, like 3 times. I love those videos.
Hey, this is what I'm saying. If you're going to be unbiblical, you better do it biblically. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I love seeing babies get dunked in water, bro. Like that is a serious red flag.
I love watching like when they like scream in horror after they get like come out of the water because they don't know what the hell's going on and they're just like confused for their lives. Like I love that part, bro. It's my favorite.
Dunk him again.
Kid's totally in shock. Send him in for round 2, baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even more Jesus.
Now they're like double saved, bro.
Exactly. High five.
I guarantee you that these guys, if you bring up abortion, they'll say a baby is the most sacred form of life. A baby cannot, and then all this about how a baby is so precious. And then when it comes to baptism, they're like, dunk that fucker, do him again.
Give him to Dwight Howard.
You know, babies can like swim when they're born, so it's okay to just dunk them. They'll just swim up. It's all good.
Yeah, dude, I saw this baby that had webbed feet.
Dude, I breathe in the womb, bro. It's fine. No, one thing I do think is worthwhile addressing here, though, is the fact that, like, yeah, it doesn't explicitly say baptize babies in the Bible. That's true. But the Great Commission says to go baptize everyone. And I'm pretty sure babies include everyone. It doesn't
he's saying that you baptize them only when they're able to.
Yeah, but it doesn't say that.
Or whatever.
That isn't in the Bible either. They're talking about baptizing babies. That's not in the Bible, bro. It's like, yeah, you know what else isn't in the Bible? You need to wait until they are 12 years, 30 months, 18 days, and 14 hours old until you can baptize them.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, the Bible also says to spread the good news to every creature. Does that mean you're supposed to tell squirrels about Jesus?
And microbes.
Yeah, bro, that cyanobacteria needs to know about Jesus, man.
Dude, check out the flagellum on that one, dude.
Yo, it's actually a fucking sin to lust before marriage, so I'm not gonna look.
Cover that flagellum up. What are you doing?
It's so modest, bro.
Bro, so when's your statutory rape case coming up? Next week. What about yours?
Wait, which one?
Jesus.
Wait, which one?
Jesus Christ.
So, yeah. Okay, how are you feeling about an A on Orthodoxy?
Yeah.
An A tier. I have to say A tier.
Well, Orthodox people, too, are usually, like, really, like...
So the religions that baptize infants are Catholicism, Eastern Orthodoxy, and Oriental Orthodoxy. And the ones that reject it are Pentecostals, Jehovah's Witnesses, JLS, Baptists, or not Baptists. Never mind. Disregard me.
Clean supply. They don't cause a lot of trouble.
I'm not bumping them to an S because I don't like knockoff Christianity.
Yeah.
Like
but as far as false denominations go, Orthodoxy is definitely my favorite.
Orthodoxy swag, yeah. They're pretty hardcore.
They're swag.
Kind of like,
They're pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
Fast forward to after the nachos are done.
Yeah,
I want to know, like, do we know they're Baptists or?
They say at the beginning.
Okay.
You know, it's crazy.
Jokes on us, the nachos are never done.
I've had several drinks of water, and yet over the course of the stream, I haven't obnoxiously like chewed food into the mic the entire time. I don't know. It's crazy how like easy it is to affect modern 21st century video etiquette. Nah, bro, I'm just gonna like open mouth chewing my cud into the camera, bro. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, so, this guy's like, oh, if you think Nietzsche was a nihilist idiot, like, well, I think if you talk with food in your mouth, you're an idiot.
I just got so many thoughts up there. I can't wait until I'm done my food, bro. I just got to say it right now.
All right. I fast forwarded a little bit. There's 7 minutes left in the video. I think we can power through this, guys.
We can do it.
Think about the ancient Egyptians who worship.
But I'm saying the ancient Egyptians left and they went into Europe.
Oh, they're saying
talking about ancient Egyptian religion.
Go back 20 seconds.
Grayson needs this in his life.
Like my racist spidey senses are tingling. Talking about the ancient Egyptians leaving Africa, dude. They're about to say something hella racist.
That they had a lot of slavery.
Well, if you actually with the new archaeological stuff,
I'm gonna get started at the minute mark.
Okay. Yeah, with new archaeological findings, bro. The way this guy fucking talks is just like that is not a real person.
Right.
Ron Wyatt is recently discovered.
Are they ranking the ancient Egyptian religion? Like, what fucking religion are they ranking right now?
I think they are. Yeah, I think they're ranking.
Talking about the Sphinx.
The Kemetism, like the Kemetic kind of religion.
They're gonna answer the Sphinx riddle.
Oh, sweet. Are they gonna be like Alexander the Great with the Gordian knot? They're just gonna like cut it in half and be like, "Yeah, bro, it's done." Alexander the Great was the original dude, bro. I'm just putting it out there.
Dude, I saw this movie about Napoleon that was awesome. He shot the pyramids, bro. That totally happened.
Dude, it was so great. I was like, that never actually happened. But then, like, when you actually ask the director about that, he's like, well, that does not matter whether he did that or not. It's just to convey to the audience that he was in Egypt and that happened.
Hey, when did Claude Balls join the?
That's old grizzled World War II veteran Claude Balls. So show some respect.
I don't think Ridley Scott has a French accent.
Shut up, all right.
He does now, damn it.
Yeah, he does. All right, I started with it, and I can't abandon it halfway through. I'm not going to eject like an AJ joke. What do you want from me?
Yeah, he literally told people who were criticizing his movie being non-historically accurate to get a life, and he asked them, were you there? Were you there?
Were you there? Yeah, that's right. The pyramid is the atheist's worst nightmare.
Napoleon is like one of the most documented with primary sources historical figures ever.
It's okay, I can wet my ass with this source material because you need to get a life.
We're never ever going to about Napoleon and make him a cuck and make him.
I am Le Cook.
He's going to bang Josephine for 7 seconds. Yeah, that happened.
All right, we're done, everybody. Stream's
Muslims
over.
decided they were going to destroy the Sphinx as an idol. After breaking the nose off, they realized it was going to be too much work to destroy the Sphinx and just left. They just basically, I'm kind of oversimplifying it, but it basically boiled down to they were going to destroy this idol. After like breaking the nose off, they realized it was going to be way too much work.
Almost as much work to break the thing as to build it.
Yeah, you got to remember though, we're talking about Muslims here who can't figure out how. And oh, did you know Muslims actually gave you the math? Was that before or after they inbred to sub 75 IQ? Like, oh yeah, maybe 800 years ago they got something done.
We're talking about the Egyptians right now.
Jesus.
Wow.
Right, man. Oh my god. I need like a fucking mouthwash.
Can you go? I'm sorry, but that was. I know Grayson's gonna hate me for saying this, but can we go back?
We're not going back.
No, I'm asking it anyway. We need to go back. I need to hear that one more time.
No, don't do it, AJ. And also, just FYI, nobody knows what happened to the Sphinx's nose. I mean, a leading hypothesis is like erosion. So.
That's correct. There is a he is correct. Technically he's kind of correct in that yes, there's a theory that it was destroyed in like the late 1300s by Muhammad Salam al-Dahar, who is a Sufi Muslim that was upset about the peasants of Egypt worshiping the Sphinx. That's a possible theory, but you're right. The primary theory regarding just the way that the nose was detached and the erosion marks on it was probably just erosion over time. No. Yes, AJ. Yes. Yes.
Ayden has authority as co-host. So.
Choose the dark side.
It was going to be way too much work.
Almost as much work to break the thing as to build it.
Yeah, you got to remember though, we're talking about Muslims here who can't figure out how. And oh, did you know Muslims actually gave you the math? Was that before or after they inbred to sub 75 IQ? Like, oh yeah, maybe 800 years ago they got something.
I like the idea that it's as difficult to break something as it is to build it.
Oh, it's not even remotely true. It's not even remotely true. And if you're talking about breaking something rather than building it, we could talk about the hole in the actual Pyramid of Giza, which is almost certainly the result of that same sultan I talked about earlier, who did attempt to deconstruct the pyramids at Giza, but gave up because of the monumental effort. But the Sphinx is nowhere near as large as the pyramids. The Sphinx is at the size that if you really did want to destroy it, you could. It's really not all that hard in the grand scheme of things. Grayson's just dead, by the way. He's disappeared.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he evaporated.
We deserve that.
Just a small subsection of the puddle was able to come back to us for just a moment.
Yeah, he's like Alex Mack.
There's a show.
I'm glad somebody got the reference. Ayden is still too young for that one.
That's right.
No, we're talking about the Egyptians right now.
Yeah, but I'm talking about people. I said the Muslims were too stupid to properly do anything.
Anyway,
thank you for
the Egyptians obviously got their butts
reiterating
handed
that
by Moses, and they had they had a lot of slavery.
Well, if you actually with the new archaeological stuff, I'm going to get called a conspiracy theorist, but the Egyptians that live there today are not the ancient Egyptians. They have there's no linguistic or genetic link.
Yes, there is, dumbass.
Linguistically, he's correct in the fact that Arabic is now
genetically.
The language. But genetically, yes, no, that's what I was about to say. Genetically, yeah, they were They were the largest population of the ancient world outside of Han China. Like the Nile River Delta was able to supply so much fucking food to people. And you're talking about an absolutely gargantuan population, especially by ancient standards. You really mean to tell me that they all just got displaced?
But like there are genetic testing of modern Egyptian populations versus ancient DNA samples, and they are the fucking descendants of the ancient Egyptians. Like this guy, I mean, who does he think the ancient? This guy probably thinks the ancient Egyptians were all blonde and blue-eyed.
Yeah, they're all that image of the pharaoh guy that you see on slot machines all the time. That white guy.
Oh no, the one from that textbook meme that goes around, and I swear, this could be a false memory, but I swear I think I actually had that a book or something with that art on it.
Somebody summoned Deviant Outcast here, who like is an actual Egyptologist.
Right,
that's correct.
Ayden, did the Egyptians have the biggest population of slaves in the world at that time?
At the time that the pyramids were built, well, the pyramids weren't built by slaves.
They
weren't.
No,
they almost certainly weren't built by slaves. They were built by contracted workers.
Like we literally have their receipts of payment.
Yeah, no, they were built by people who were actually honored with their own tomb
and
nearby the pyramid.
They got buried in there.
They didn't get buried in the pyramid itself. They got buried in a nearby tomb, but they were very skilled laborers.
The area, by the way, the area of that tomb is like a place that's reserved for high status individuals. It's not like just anybody was allowed to be buried in that area. Like it was like they were in a spot of honor. They were looked up to. They ate well, and they took pride in their work. They had little graffiti tags inside the pyramids, and we have the actual like receipts of their payments. They got paid in beer sometimes. It's pretty sick.
Why is there the narrative about slaves building the pyramid then?
It's primarily a biblical narrative. It's primarily a conception that came from medieval scholarship about ancient Egypt, because especially in medieval times when the world kind of became temporarily less globalized after the dissolution of the Roman Empire, like the most contemporary quote unquote historical texts that scholars in Europe had to work with were basically Exodus and other works in the Old Testament. So there was just this assumption that, oh, well, the slaves must have built the pyramid because there's a lot of slaves in the Old Testament that are described. So yeah, it must have been the slaves. No, it wasn't.
Yeah, because I literally didn't know that.
It's a common misconception. No, I'm not blaming you, because it's something that, unless you really like look into Egyptology, it's not something that a lot of people know about, and it's kind of only just now starting to come into common knowledge as far as scholarship is concerned. Like outside of actual academia, it's only starting to become more widely known. So there's no problem. Deviant, I'm sorry about that. You can forgive us now, I hope. Please don't get too upset.
Grayson, your avatar is awesome.
Thanks. It's an actual picture, unedited.
I saw that.
But it's from Meow Wolf in Denver.
How's that novel you've been working on?
It's doing great, man. We're writing every day.
Well, I am a I don't know if it's published, but I am somebody who has recently been commissioned to make artwork for somebody's novel. And I got paid for it. So if if you're looking for an artist,
sweet.
Yeah, man, I actually am. I've got sphinxes in my fiction novel, and we talked about sphinxes here. So I'll commission a sphinx from you.
If you're looking for somebody to narrate your audiobook as well, you're probably better suited as a narrator because you have a much better reading voice than I do. So
I just got a new microphone, so I no longer have to like scream for my videos, and I can talk in my normal speaking voice soon. And I'm very excited about it. It's much more suave and sophisticated.
Yes.
I want to show my newest artwork because I'm done watching this stupid video.
Do they have a summary at the end where we could just see their placements, or are they just not going to be that sophisticated?
I doubt it, but we can look at it. But yeah, so this is the last watercolor painting I did.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
I love especially the galaxy, like at the end where like the center of the galaxy is like similar to the sun in the earlier pictures.
Yeah, that's sort of what I was going for. I mean, I know it's not a sun exactly. I mean, really, it's a black hole at the center of a galaxy, but it kind of looks like it.
There's a lot of hot, bright gas.
That is true.
Just like in Florida.
Grayson, do you know why the centers of the Milky Way is so bright?
Is this a joke? Or are you actually asking?
No, I'm actually asking.
Yeah, it's because like the gases are being accelerated so fast that they're giving off a shitload of heat energy and photons.
Well, the actual like amount of stars closer to the galactic center is also much more concentrated as well, is it not?
Yeah, but the majority of the light, the majority of the photons are coming from the gas.
From the gas being hyper accelerated.
Yeah, like the brightest objects in the universe like are blazars, which are just like giant black holes that have more gas around them than normal. So that's what makes the brightest amount of light.
Is there a difference between a blazar and a quasar?
Yeah, like a blazar has more gas around it, so it's brighter.
Oh, I see. Okay, because even quasars are incredibly bright. I didn't know that there was something brighter than a quasar.
Like if you have two black holes of the same mass and one of them has a normal amount of molecular gas around it, then that's a quasar. And if one of them has more, it's going to look a lot brighter than normal, so it's a blazar.
I see.
The thing about quasars is they're, basically primordial. They wouldn't exist anymore. What we're seeing are the ancient ones from, 10, 12 billion years ago. So those jokers were bright, but they're also super distant.
Yeah, I think the closest quasar we have to us is from like 160 million light years away or something like that.
That's pretty dang recent.
Awesome.
There's a lot of controversy over how to date black holes. Like, especially about even just the existence of primordial black holes. And like, I mean, the age range for the estimates for the age of like Sagittarius A star here in the center of the Milky Way, like vary a lot.
By the way, I just want to correct myself. It's actually 581 million light years, not 160 million light years. That's my bad.
Still not that far.
No, relatively speaking, on a cosmic scale, that is for something that large and that bright. Yeah, it's pretty close by, all things considered. I mean, like if we had a quasar even relatively near us within a couple million light years, I'm pretty sure the thing would outshine our sun. So
did we ever figure out even what religion they were ranking in that last one about Egypt? Like we couldn't even finish at all.
It's like the hieroglyphic one where like they write stuff down, but they like draw the pictures.
I thought they were rating like modern world religions.
It's the one where they worship the sun god Aaron Nelson.
Oh, maybe they're doing like Coptic Christianity. I don't know.
I mean, do you actually want me to rewind it and find out? Or
no, God, no.
I wanted to play the end of this where they say a bunch of probably controversial stuff about different countries and wars that are going on. So let's just watch like this last 2 minutes, and then I think we'll wrap the stream up if that sounds good to you guys.
All right.
Alrighty.
The F tier, but it's kind of funny too. Like they believe that he could just transfer.
Have you seen the commercial that was like telling people to eat more burritos or whatever, and it was claiming that like one of the Kims invented the burrito?
No, but that sounds funny.
So wait, I was watching this thing on YouTube. It was this guy. Maybe we can tag him in the description, who like hacked North Korea. He somehow managed to pick up North Korean television broadcasts. So he was just like watching North Korean TV just live, and it's insanity. The shows and stuff they have. We got to put them in the description. It was hours of he just literally just set up, like he somehow managed to get on their frequency. I forget how he did it, and was just streaming North Korean television.
Okay, can I interject here?
It's good.
So yeah, I mean, this isn't related to their religion tier thing, although one could argue with the way North Korea operates, but that's neither here nor there. But this whole thing where they're hyping over this one channel that got popular for showing DPRK TV always just bugged me because it's like people have been uploading stuff for in some live streams for years now. I've watched it regularly. Yeah, it's like it's very common. I mean, North Korean TV is some of the most boring stuff you can watch. Like, you think it'd be an interesting watch? No, it's boring. Well, especially not knowing Korean doesn't make it easy. But you get some cool music videos sometimes.
Hey, I will say though, that one chick in like the pinkish purple kimono that she's wearing or whatever, she's pretty
I forget
cool.
her name. She's pretty cool. Reach on who? I forget her name.
Real quick, guys, I do actually have to go, so I will be spared from the worst part of the end of this video. So I'm actually kind of relieved, even though it was really fun hanging out with you guys for the whole stream. So thanks for having me, AJ. Peace out, everyone, and subscribe to my channels and stuff.
I'll link Grayson's channel. You guys should definitely subscribe if you haven't.
Grayson should get billing way before me. He's gonna give way more views to this than I ever will. So
you give him channel, Ayden.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. You give him top billing. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm just being business wise.
Oh, and Ayden, her name is Ri Chun Hee.
Ri Chun Hee. Dude, yeah. She talks like the way that she does. She does it.
That particular dialect, the way they sort of roar. It's representative of the way Kim Il Sung would talk. It kind of just became the thing for like authority from the state. Or so is my understanding.
People are going to be like, hey, that's racist what you just did. Dude, I just said that it was great. I said that it was fantastic. I'm 100% in favor of that. And that woman should be the only person that's spared when the United States inevitably invades and nukes the entire country like MacArthur wanted to do during the Korean War. I think she should be taken out beforehand.
All MacArthur wanted to do was nuke everything. The man's dying thoughts were, I want to nuke something. While we're on the subject of her, here's a little unfortunate tidbit about her. Her birthday happens to be July 8th. Ayden, you know what July 8th is in the DPRK, right? It's the day Kim Il Sung died.
No.
So she can't celebrate her birthday.
No, she can't. That's not her day. You don't understand. It's the day that the guy died, but also didn't die because he's still in charge.
Oh yeah, eternal president, baby.
That's right. Were you able to drive at the age of 3? Do you defecate, Kurisu? Because he doesn't.
It's like you guys.
Oh no, that was Kim Jong Il who didn't defecate.
You guys aren't crying and sobbing hard enough based on the fact that he died. I can't believe they actually persecuted people based on that.
I want that at my funeral. I want that at my funeral. I want somebody standing right next to my fucking casket with a goddamn AK and just not directly pointing it at the crowd, but just kind of generally sweeping it around, looking for people that are not grieving hard enough. Oh man, I need it.
Right.
That's a proper send off.
Ayden, the humble man.
No, it's true. If people aren't literally screaming with grief at my funeral, then something is wrong and something needs to be done about it.
Yeah, somebody needs to have an aneurysm or a heart attack.
They literally need to be flopping around in the aisles. They're just so distraught that they can't even control themselves anymore.
Yeah.
They don't have the same internet as us. They're on a totally different grid. But
this guy managed to pick up their television signals because obviously they have their own TV.
Well, I remember there being this whole thing where
why wouldn't you blow your nose off camera?
To get their hands
You were just off camera. You just went away from the camera. Why wouldn't you have the sense to be I should probably blow my nose off camera because nobody wants to fucking see that, my dude. Nah. Just go on there and do it right into the mic. What the shit are you doing?
Or edit this out of this pre-recorded video.
Yeah. It's not even
Ultimate
live.
dude, bro.
Not even live. AJ's going to go back and cut that little bit of my impersonation of that one lady, but now it's going to be harder because I just referenced it again. And that was live. These guys couldn't cut this in a pre-recorded video.
We'll fix it in editing.
I don't even know what you're talking about, Ayden.
We'll fix it in post. Yeah.
We'll do the George Lucas edition.
That's right. I could be like Han Solo and my head can fucking veer to the right at a goddamn 90-degree angle when Greedo tries to shoot me. It's so cool. I love it so much.
No, Misha, solo.
Muchado mononico solo.
Who would win in a fight between Jabba the Hutt and God Emperor?
Dude, Leto wouldn't even go to that fight. Leto wouldn't even show it. It's not worth Leto's time. He would just like send some lackey to go kill Jabba for him. He'd be like, Maneo, go and kill Jabba. I have not time for this. And he's like, yes, my lord.
Duncan number 17,000. My Duncan.
You wanted to bang my grandma, Duncan. How dare you?
You shot my flipper.
Dude, that was sick. That Duncan was badass. All right, we're getting sidetracked. I could talk GEOD with you after the show.
Like the OS that the North Korean phones run on, like that was like exciting. Or like when they find these weird, like North Korean video games. But yeah, North Korea is wild. Like it's weird that a place like that exists and we haven't like done anything about it yet.
Yeah, but here's the thing: North Korea hasn't.
It's almost like there's a historical reason for that. It's almost like you could open up a fucking textbook and figure out why that's the case.
Yeah, it's not like the Korean War happened or anything.
Yeah, no, it's not like it's not like the North Koreans tried invading the Southern Koreans in order to occupy the entire peninsula for communism. So the United States intervened and kicked the North Koreans' ass so hard that the Chinese had to come intervene and turn. Nah, none of that happened. God, the ignorance. It's just so palpable. Like, why would you say that? Why would you say it's almost like we should go do something about that, bro, without looking into whether or not something was fucking done about it?
I miss Grayson.
I do too.
War with South Korea forever, but they're not attacking anybody. So honestly, as far as countries go, like I hate Russia way more than North Korea because Russia actually invades and kills their neighbors.
What about like
They're not attacking anybody. Why is there a demilitarized zone then?
Yeah. Why have the tensions between them gotten so high at this point that the United States is deploying more troops to South Korea right now than it has since like the 90s or something like that?
They're not attacking anybody. They've just done 9 missile tests in the past week.
Yeah, no big deal, bro. It's fine. Oh shit, man, the draft just came out. Let's go to Canada, bro.
Who gives a crap about North Korea?
Involved themselves in the Vietnam situation. Why didn't
I take offense to that? I care about North Korea.
Like we have more stuff now. I don't know. I might be oversimplifying.
We need to talk about
that
war
lady.
Save Ri Chung-hee.
Hashtag save Ri Chung-hee.
Enough.
AJ's like, that's enough.
Well, Ayden, what do you think of that?
I'm with Grayson. The fact that exists in the way that it does is a testament to the darker side of humanity, and I'm sad that it does. So that's my take on that little piece of media that we just watched. The level of ignorance and also just haughty, like, I just know more than you do, bro. Let's just talk about everything that you don't even know shit about. Like, it just so palpable to the point where it was actually sickening at times to listen to. So, yeah, credit where credit's due, AJ. I've never had more pain watching a piece of content on your channel. This was good. Credit to Claude Balls for sending it to you.
I was wrong. They have like 1,500 subscribers.
Oh, dang.
Oh, 600 comments on this video though. Wow. Krisu, what do you think about the limited amount that you saw?
It's one of the videos of all time. That's all I can say. I'm honestly considering trying to power through it on my own channel after you had originally showed it to me. Maybe I'll make it, maybe I won't. Oof.
Well, we need to collab at some time on a video, Krisu, because
well, you know, I've always got the weekends mostly free.
You've been getting dangerously close to getting more views than me. So I really want to. I'm just kidding, but I really want to stream a lot in the month of November because I was slacking this month. How many times do you make a video per week?
I aim for one a week, but it's honestly just as I feel like it.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to have your channel linked and Grayson's channel linked.
Make sure you link my channel too.
Well, you'd have to make one first, Ayden.
Why do you think I said it, AJ?
Make a channel and you can put your videos about Dune on there, and we can do a Dune podcast and you can host it on there.
Sweet. That actually sounds pretty awesome.
Ayden's not what the A and AJ stands for. I thought this was his channel.
I have been the shadowy organizer, puppeteering this entire channel from its inception. That is true.
Dun, dun,
AJ,
dun.
you got to edit that part out too. I'm making it really hard for AJ. Although this stream's going to be like 15 minutes long with all the editing that he's going to have to pare down by the end.
Yeah. All right.
Good one, guys.
Like the video and share it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and check out my channel memberships and Patreon. And I'll have Grayson and Creasy's channel link. But yeah, see you guys in the next stream. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween,
everybody.